It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Working Women Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. We feature the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. They're one of my earliest relationships, going all the way back to the show's founding back in February of last year. And Jessica Rovelli, the founder of the group, always helping out with guests on Wednesday mornings at 8 o'clock. And it's an excellent networking group of professional ladies. You don't have to be a business owner to be a member of her organization. They do a lot of events, almost something every single day, it seems like, is going on over at the Working Women of Tampa Bay. But you can learn more about them throughout the discussion. WorkingWomenOfTampaBay.com. Jessica Rovelli, as always, is with me. Jessica, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jamie. How are you?
I am doing great. So tell me a little bit about what we got on tap for today's program.
Yeah, we've got two great folks for this hour. And let me tell you, I just listened to the hour before, and between the vein specialist and Jenna, you had a great first hour.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully these two guests will do you justice. So Kim, who is phenomenal, she's with Empress Tea Room. She's on the program today, and we love Kim. She actually is one of the hosts of our Meaningful Mentoring program, where I know I've discussed that in previous shows. You know, we have women who are paired up mentors with mentees, and they get a chance to go to lunch. And one of the locations that they go to is Kim's beautiful tea room, which is up in Carrollwood, and she treats them to a beautiful tea, and we've had a lot of great success with the mentoring lunches that we've had up with Kim. And by the way, I don't know if she's told you, but yesterday was her birthday. So
well, happy belated birthday.
She's having a great week. And then Shannon, who is also on the program today, she is involved in our We Too program, which is our Women Entrepreneurs Exchange, where we have, roundtable discussions with women entrepreneurs to talk about challenges in their business and resources they can share. And Shannon is part of a team that is starting one out there in the Brandon area. And actually, we have one tomorrow, and it's already sold out. So we're really excited about bringing this concept of women getting together and sharing during these exchanges out to the Brandon area. And obviously, it was badly needed because we sold out our first one already. So I'm excited for you to get to know Shannon, because she's a great lady and super smart, and so you guys should have a great hour. Sounds like a plan.
And let's also keep on tap the mention of the Working Women State Conference that's coming up at the Straz Center September 8th and 9th. Give a quick plug for that and how people can get involved in that, and who's going to be some of your speakers.
Yeah, so we'll have at least 300 women for our state conference. It's at the Straz Center. This year we're in Ferguson Hall, which is the second biggest hall in the Straz, so that's really exciting this year. We're flying in several women from L.A., including Brandy Kamenar, who used to live in Tampa but now splits her time between Beverly Hills and Tampa, and she's a personal branding specialist, so she'll have a lot of great tidbits similar to what Jenna had today with talking about personal branding, especially with social media. And then our other keynote is Alexis Cara, who is also a Tampa native, actually studied at the Straz Center, which is kind of cool. And she's on an ABC family show called Recovery Road, and so she's our keynote. So we're flying some women from around the country, and we've already got our first 10 speakers up on the website, workingwomenconference.com, and then we hope to unveil a few more speakers in the next week. But we'll have up to 20 speakers for the September 9th Education Day, which is part of the conference. So, we'd love everybody to come out.
All right, sounds good. Jessica Rovelli, founder of the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group. As always, we appreciate the support on Working Women Wednesdays. Have a great day, Jessica.
Thanks, Jamie. Have a great show.
Thank you. And learn more about her at workingwomenoftampabay.com, and also about the conference we were just talking about at workingwomenconference.com. Again, that's going on September 8th and 9th at the Straz Center. Tickets are available, and it's an incredible conference with some amazing speakers and workshops, and a great way to meet your professional working women out there in the Tampa Bay community. Visit workingwomenconference.com again for tickets. Time to bring in my first guest for the program. Kim Nauman, owner of the Empress Tea Room, joins me in studio today. Learn more about her and her business at divinemenusevents.com throughout the discussion. Kim, welcome to the program today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So I was at the Empress Tea Room last Christmas. We had an event there. We had a Christmas party, a lovely gift shop, an events room. But tell me a little bit about your business and what it is for the listeners.
Well, by day, we are a traditional tea house, a dying breed, only 2 left in the greater Tampa Bay area.
Isn't this like a tradition in Britain or whatever where they come together for
is.
tea, but it's not so much in America, correct? But so
You're right.
Is this
You're
where you
right.
come together for high tea at noon or noon and high tea, however that goes?
That's right. And no disrespect for any of those across the pond, but we're Americans. We have tea when we want tea.
Okay.
So yeah, Mondays and Tuesdays we take down times to get ourselves back together. So we are closed. Tuesday through Sunday we're open for a full tea experience. Wednesday through Friday it's a lot more intimate. You can meet a friend, enjoy a pot of tea, great conversation, linger. On the weekends we are shower heavy. So we see those beautiful moms-to-be, brides-to-be. Typically, thank God, we're booked out. So that's definitely a reservation-based.
And you're up in Carrollwood. You're
we
located
are.
right next, I think, to Side Splitters, correct?
We are,
What's
yes.
your address for people specifically so they know?
12924 Northdale Mabry.
Okay, and it's again up there by the Side Splitters. Now, you mentioned the full tea experience. What is the full tea experience? To me, I order a glass of tea at the restaurant. That's a tea experience.
Okay,
How
there's no
is the-
glasses.
How's the Empress Tea Room different?
Yeah, it's a teacup.
Is that
right.
one of
You
the
didn't know
little
that?
things that people are sipping out of?
That's
is that
it. That's it.
Jamie's never hung out with the Mad Hatter, and
No,
that's what it is.
I have.
Okay.
And
Okay.
go ahead. Tell us
And
about
it
the
is
tea
not a
experience.
necessity to have your pinkies out. You be you.
Or to wear funny hats.
So tell
Right,
us
that's
about
right.
this tea experience. How does this work?
So you're going to come in and you're going to be treated like the princess or prince. We occasionally see some
princess on too.
testosterone. Yep. You're going to get a pot of tea of choice. And then high tea is 4 assorted sandwiches, fresh fruit, your scone with cream and jam. And we're told by the Brits that our scone is stateside, not to be compared. And then pastries.
Do you have a regular following of British people that come to your
We
tea room?
crazy do.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's
Because that's
fun.
part of the culture in Britain, correct?
Absolutely.
It is the
Yeah,
culture.
It is the
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
And explain high tea at noon. What is high tea? Is that any different than any other hour of the day? Is there some
No.
special ritual that goes on
Well,
with this?
yeah, not for Americans.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's no different than the other time. It's just people descend upon the location at noon then for
That's
tea.
it. Well, we open at 11 and close at 3. So you could have high tea at any of those times.
So, is there different types of teas that you serve? Tell me about tea. And to me, it's just iced tea, and we'll throw a lemon in there if you want, and some
Sweet
sweetener.
tea.
Yeah,
or
you
some
need to
sweet
come and have tea.
Yeah, I don't know much about tea. I know iced tea and lemon, and throw some sweetener in it. Tell me about the different types of teas.
Well, holistically, different teas are great for different things. We're all familiar with singers having
Throat
ginger
issues.
teas, lemon teas, for your throat. But yeah, rooiboses, which are a red bush out of Africa, those are naturally decaffeinated. We at the tea room don't do anything that is decaffeinated, truly, because when God made the tea leaf, he put caffeine in it. So we're going to steer you to herbals and fruit teas. But we do, white tips, green tea, black tea, and then, of course, again, the
Now,
herbals.
when did you launch the Empress Tea Room? What's the background? When did this come into practice?
Well, I'm actually the third owner, and
so
the
this is-
story
oh,
is
okay.
kind of fun.
Share this, yes.
I'm a caterer. I've been catering for 15 years.
Okay.
And I was sitting in the living room with my husband.
Having tea?
Yeah, well, not quite having tea, but on the computer looking, I'm constantly trying to stay educated in, the great world of food. And so we're watching, it was Super Bowl Sunday, And of course, I'm only in the room for the commercials. And I see this pop up on my computer that was this little tea room, for sale. And so, of course, I have to leave the room to make the call. And I go outside, and there's a tea room in Temple Terrace, and it's for sale. And so they never really tell you, in realty, because I know you don't know any of this. But I get there, and before I get there, I make the appointment on a Monday, and I'm crazy little Christian girl. So I'm driving the neighborhood. I get there 30 minutes early, and my hands are white knuckled on the steering wheel, and I'm praying, God, I'll run through a wall if you don't stop me. Put those walls up. And so I go in.
What was in the tea?
I wasn't having tea at that point.
She's got some super caffeinated tea over there.
Where can I get some of that? Let's party.
Talk to me after.
All right, go ahead.
But so I sit down at a table with a realtor and the present owner, and I'll make a detailed story. I showed her a portfolio of where I was and what I was doing. And basically 3 days later, bought a tea room.
Wow, incredible. And
Yeah.
so now it's a tea room, it's a gift shop, it's an events room.
Yeah.
So first off, how many people does the room hold for events?
And that
for-
was much better than my story would have been. And it would have been 3 days later, it would have been me and an Indian out in the middle of a desert trading peyote or something.
So how many, and what type of events? You mentioned the showers and stuff.
Yeah, we do a lot of showers. But I'm a caterer that bought a tea room. So we do events. We do weddings.
How many
80
people
with the
can you
dance
hold?
floor.
Yeah, how many people can you hold? You do have a dance floor
Yep.
there. What's the, how much can...
100 in total with no dance floor.
100
And then we could do
total?
150 cocktail style.
Very cool. And then you have the full kitchen for service and
do.
catering and everything. So it's not just a tea room. They
Right.
actually have a kitchen there. Now, during the week, people come in for tea. Can they come in for a full restaurant, a meal service?
Well, we offer an open menu during the week, not on the weekends. We're a 9-time award-winning tea room. We do stay consistent with some of the area competitions. We partner a lot with Chef Eric Young's Voodoo Chef, which he is very active in the neighborhood as far as food goes and restoring kids by food. So we do a lot of partnership to stay relevant and certainly to stay relevant with trends, food trends.
Yeah.
But yeah, 80 with a dance floor and 100. And so we see a lot of beautiful people celebrating a lot of beautiful things.
Yeah. It's a good little event room. We were there last year for a Christmas party and had a lot of fun there and had a little dance going as well.
Yeah.
So let me take
I
a
think
break.
you guys karaoke'd.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Got to take a break here. Currently talking to Kim Nauman, owner of the Empress Tea Room up in Carrollwood. You can learn more at divinemenusevents.com. Again, divinemenusevents.com. You're listening to the Working Woman Wednesdays edition of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank. And that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. 4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Slow traffic on the southbound Veterans Expressway between Gunn Highway and Waters, and also between Hillsborough Avenue and the Courtney Campbell Causeway. That's all due to a crash just as you get on the Courtney Campbell Causeway between the Veterans and Rocky Point. Crash in the right-hand lane there. Also slow traffic on southbound US 19 near Sunset Point due to a crash, and northbound 75 slow from 301 through State Road 60 due to a crash off to the left-hand side. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson, York Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
While many rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. Mahatma Gandhi reached out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. So, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Today, partly cloudy with increasing humidity with a high 92. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, a 30% rain chance, high 92.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to the Working Women Wednesdays edition of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Learn more about the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group over at WorkingWomenOfTampaBay.com. They have an events calendar over there and a lot of different events going on each and every week, and an excellent way to meet fellow professional women from around the Tampa Bay region. Again, WorkingWomenOfTampaBay.com. Currently talking to one of the members, Kim Nauman, owner of the Empress Tea Room. Learn more about her at DivineMenusEvents.com. And Kim, you got your start in the culinary business with Shell's, correct? The restaurant Shell's?
Yeah, outside of high school, but yes. Didn't we all work in food in high school?
Now, Shell's experience, it's an interesting story because Shell's was like a premier seafood restaurant in South Tampa. They began to franchise. The brand became damaged, and then they've had to retract since then. And you went along for this ride, correct?
I did. I was really privileged. Again, just really out there, the God word out there again, just positioned real nicely. Met some amazing people, Chip Roll, Tom Perkins. And you know, for me in business, I'm a smart girl in the way that if there are ties to be made, relationships to be made, I'm in. And so those were some boys that I still am in relationship with, because if there's, you know, something on the horizon that I'm not sure of, I'll call Michael from Michael's Grill, which is an old Shell's boy. and say, hey, what do you think about this? And he'll say, oh gosh, get your dishwasher to do that, So it's a great community.
And your role there was in marketing and advertising?
It was, yeah.
And so tell me about what happened with the brand. When was Shell's originally founded? It goes back a ways, doesn't it?
Well, unfortunately, I was never an owner or an investor, so I could only speak, from my eyes. But yeah, it was just a beautiful neighborhood seafood restaurant, and then they went statewide, and then went out a little bit from the States.
So for business owners who are looking to expand, what mistakes was Shell's making that damaged the brand? What happened, and what does it lead to today?
God, what I can just, the things that I've learned through that experience, and I was in my early 20s, and now I'm, knocking on 50's door, but they were giant on marketing, and the great amazing Power Pig, and site visits with neighborhood people that would rally. I love that. It was amazing. It was very touchy feely, so it created a great bond in that neighborhood. I think coming out of that, and of course keeping true to all of that guerrilla marketing, I found over the years that, of course, business changes and life changes. And so I fell onto this group with Chris Kremitzos, and, just learned a whole different way of marketing and social media. And to be honest, I think I was with them for 3, maybe almost 4 years. And
you mentioned that TBBO had taken you out of the corporate world and into entrepreneurism. I'm a partner with Chris now in Tampa Bay Business
Amazing group.
But going back to what Shell's had done, they had expanded and then they retracted and stuff. But then you stepped out and then got into the catering business, correct?
Yes. Yes, I did. Stayed in food. It's my passion. And just started feeding people. And outside of feeding people, in those travels, someone said, hey, I've got a Christmas party coming up for 40. Would you do it? And I said, sure, I'll do it. Tried my hand at it. And then Craig Altman with Grace Family Church was at that. And he says, hey, our Christmas party's 300. Are you interested? I said, sure, I'm interested. And so it just kind of snowballed from that.
So tell me about when you stepped out of the corporate world into, the entrepreneurism. Did you have to kind of recreate yourself, or was it a natural transition? What tips would you give to others that were working in the corporate world to make that transition?
Oh, gosh. Well, I have an amazing partner. My husband is just so supportive, and a mountain climber like I am. And I think it does take that personality, just to be willing to go for it at all costs, day and night. And I think for me, it's just, having that partnership, having that someone's got your back at all costs. And then just staying focused on what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And grabbing those things that you see along the way that are going to be helpful.
Now, your company was called Divine Menus, correct?
It was, and is. It still is.
So that's where the website name comes from, and because it's not linked to the Empress Tea Room right now, but you still have the Divine Menus website. Now, do you still do catering outside of the Empress Tea Room?
We do, and it's the bigger part of what I do.
Oh, okay. So that's not, the Empress Tea Room is not your focus, or it is your focus, but you're actually still very involved in the catering business.
We do. We have 2 separate teams.
Okay.
One is that staff that does focus on just that beautiful lady that's coming in for high tea, and then, of course, the showers. But we have a separate staff that does Divine Menus. We are the American caterer for the Event Factory. We just picked up a couple this past weekend, a couple of beautiful events, a new one called District 3. And so we're excited to be partnering with them. We're still kind of in negotiation, but I'm shouting them out because they're so amazing. Possibly the Vault we're looking at. And then a couple more that we're kind of excited to talk about. But yeah, we're definitely offsite caterers. Into Key West a couple of times for weddings. Invited to Tennessee for weddings. So, have food, will travel.
Very good. Well, Kim, we wish you the best luck with your.
Yeah.
We wish you the best luck with your catering business.
Thank you.
And also the Empress Tea Room. So again, Kim Nauman, owner of the Empress Tea Room and also catering business. Learn more, divinemenusevents.com. Coming back from the break, I have Shannon Carlton, owner and president of Intentional Growth Strategies, and we'll be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ham from Bill Meyer Ham Consulting. Did you know that one of the biggest challenges that leaders face is getting their employees to be engaged, motivated, and producing amazing business results? At Bill Meyer Ham Consulting, we'll help you transform your workforce culture from one that might be underperforming, maybe mediocre, to achieving amazing business results. You see, we realize that your workforce culture is equally as important as your business plan and your business strategy. The two must be aligned in order for you to reach your desired business and financial goals.
Carol,
hey Jim.
I've just got this plan that could really help with our process here.
Okay, why don't you just have a seat and let's go over it.
Let us help you transform your workforce culture by leveraging your most important assets, your people. I want to know what's going on in your organization. Let us help you transform your workforce culture. Let's have a conversation.
Got a question? Give them a call at 844-TALK-360.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Slow traffic on the southbound Veterans Expressway between Gun Highway and Waters, and also between Hillsborough Avenue and the Courtney Campbell Causeway. That's all due to a crash just as you get on the Courtney Campbell Causeway between the Veterans and Rocky Point. Crash in the right-hand lane there. Also slow traffic on southbound US 19 near Sunset Point due to a crash, and northbound 75 slow from 301 through State Road 60 due to a crash off to the left-hand side. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson, York Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Papa Lock.
You never should have hired him. Friday at 4:30, you had to fire him. You can't risk waiting to rekey the locks. You'll relax this weekend. You called Papa Lock.
Call the locksmiths at Papa Lock. We're the experts in business security.
1250 winds, Weather Center forecasts. 20% chance for a few isolated showers or storms today. Low 90s for the high. See a bit of that humidity start to return that we've been missing the past couple of days. Sunshine with scattered clouds. Lows in the mid-70s. Rain chance higher tomorrow. 30% up to 40% Friday. Impact Radio 1250 winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to the Working Woman Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Every Wednesday, we highlight a couple of the members from the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group. Learn more and register for one of their events over at WorkingWomenOfTampaBay.com. Also, you can learn more about this program over at TampaBayRadio.com. Over there, all shows are available on demand. And you'll also see that I sell real estate in the Tampa Bay region. Been top 10 coal banker on a national level for the past 3 years for units sold. And so if I can help you in any way buying or selling a home in the Tampa Bay region, please consider me your resource. And you can reach out to me through my contact form over at TampaBayRadio.com. And my email is simply jamie@TampaBayRadio.com. And please connect with me on all the social media sites, Facebook.com/That Business Show. You find us on Twitter under Jamie_Maloney. And also, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, YouTube.com/Jamie Maloney. We put up all the show videos. Typically get those up by noon. So if you ever miss a show, that's the first place that you're going to find the missed program. We get those up pretty quickly over there, thanks to my trusty producer over there, Josh, doing a good job of that. Are you streaming directly to YouTube right now, or is
No.
how do you get? Because they have a streaming service now over there. I noticed, but that's like in a beta version or something of that.
Yeah, it was a beta, and we tried it out, and there's a little bit of some small problems that we weren't comfortable with, so we quit doing it. So.
But nonetheless, you get that up there within 20 minutes of the program.
The first episode, the first hour is already up on YouTube.
Yeah, it's already up there. Yeah. Actually, I need to.
It'll be ready in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it gets up there pretty quickly. So we got this show running pretty efficiently these days,
Yep.
and so.
Hey, Jamie, isn't some of the episodes also archived on TampaBayRadio.com?
Yeah, all the shows are available over on Tampa Bay Radio, going all the way back to the very first Jamie Maloney Real Estate Show. It's amazing. I've been able to keep everything organized. It kind of overwhelms me at times, but especially filling up servers and computers with all these big files, both the audios and the videos and stuff. But yeah, they're all over there. They're also all over on YouTube.
But mountain of content.
It is, and I got to resize them and make them fit, on the server and different sites. Because I also put it up on iTunes and as a podcast and a streamcast now, videocast, and so I have to resize it down to a smaller size.
Right? The streamcast is fairly new too, right?
Yeah, I just put that up on iTunes. Yeah. People associate iTunes with audio, but you can also put video up there as well. So, and I host all my own files through for podcasters out there. Take down Podcast Generator. That's the service package that you would need to install on your server, and that way you don't have to use those services like Buzzsprout and Libsyn that you got to pay for. I don't have to pay for any of my file storage because I'm storing it on my own server with my own RSS feed. So that's all stuff that we talk about in podcasting groups and stuff. But it's good information to at least be knowledgeable of.
Also a great way to lead by example too, covering every base that you can possibly cover.
Yeah, I cover them all, and different people have different listening habits. Some people just listen to stuff on iTunes. Some people just like to watch the video. So radio is just one of the mediums that I use to get the message out there. Time to bring in my next guest for the program. I have Shannon Carlton, owner and president of Intentional Growth Strategies. Learn more about her throughout the discussion, igscommunity.com. Shannon, welcome to the program today.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
So Intentional Growth Strategies, tell me the pitch of your business, how you work with people.
Okay, so right now I am working on personal and professional development for entrepreneurs. So basically, entrepreneurs, I feel like a lot of times they work on their own, they work from home, they don't get the interaction that you would get in a normal office space.
Yeah, entrepreneurs are definitely a different type of mindset, and there's no teaching out there for how to be an entrepreneur. So your business then works with the entrepreneurs.
Right.
Okay?
So that's what I'm trying to do is the personal and professional development type of events to get them in the idea of coming together to learn, to continue to grow, not just in their business, but, looking at other businesses and how they can work together and be more impactful. And so I host events, so professional development events. We've had book discussions. We've had somebody come in and talk about Facebook ads, social media marketing, just kind of stuff that we have to learn on our own, right? We have to look it up on Google or whatever, but this is just a better way to get it and to come together with other entrepreneurs who are trying to get the same type of information.
Now, you quit your day job, to start this business. Your day job was what were you doing before you launched your own entrepreneurial practice here?
I actually sold advertising for a small publication in the Brandon area. So I worked with small businesses for 10 years.
Okay.
In helping them market their businesses to our community.
And did you always have the entrepreneurial mindset in the back of your head saying I could do so much more, but you were just scared to do it? And was that inside your head, or did something just kind of click one day? Tell me about the transition and the inspiration to launch your own path.
I did. I actually grew up in a family. We owned a small business for 60 years. We owned a wholesale plant nursery in Polk County. So I grew up in that type of environment with that kind of family who was very entrepreneurial, owned the business. Again, working with these small businesses in the...
Now, were you working in the business itself with your family, or was it just around you as you were growing?
It was just around me as I was growing up. So I was always out there playing at the nursery. And
So you learned from the family. You had some takeaways. Was your mother or father very inspirational in your life as you got older?
Yes. So my dad, my grandfather started the business. My dad took it over. Very inspirational, very quiet, but
So why did you not go
consistent
into
and persistent.
So why not go into the family business then?
I have a black thumb as opposed to a green thumb, so nursery business not so much something that I could.
Or you could have worked
continue.
in advertising. You could have sold advertising or sales for the business, but you just wanted to do your own path.
Well, so I got married very, very young, raised 2 girls for most of their young lives, and then I went into working for the publication that I worked for, and I actually took a class 2 years ago, and I learned my mission statement. So my mission statement is actually to use the voice that God gave me to foster relationships that encourage, inspire, and change the world.
It's important in entrepreneurism to have a mission statement. A lot of people don't even know what their mission is, and they're in business. So that's key number one, to know what your mission is.
Make it to Mars.
Josh just wants to show up each morning. Yeah, I just want to wake up each morning. That's my mission. So, all right. So, and did you know what you wanted to do in entrepreneurism though after you started taking this class?
I did not. So then I listened to a podcast. One of my favorites is Glambition Radio with Allie Brown, where she actually interviews female entrepreneurs very high up in their fields. Mm-hmm. And one of them owns a co-working space out of San Francisco that is strictly for women. And I started looking into that whole co-working situation and what that looks like and what that can look like. And really, it's for entrepreneurs. It's to help them grow and collaborate and be in a space together, so they're not so isolated at home.
Okay, so your goal then is now to bring a community of entrepreneurs together in a co-working space over in Branding. Explain to the listeners out there what you mean by co-working space, though.
Okay, so it's basically a shared workspace where you come in, you bring your laptop, you sit down, and you can work. And you get work done as opposed to sitting in your home office and wondering about the laundry and the dog and the kids and all these other things that you have going on in your home. This is a place for you to actually get out and get work done. So you come in as a member to be able to sit down and do work. But the other piece of that excites me the most is the development piece of it, right? Because you're collaborating with other people while you're there. You're able to take classes.
Have you established the location, or is it going to be location specific? Tell me a little bit about what you see down the lines here.
I do not have a location yet. Everything that I read and all the research that I did for co-working spaces said to build your community first. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm doing with the events that I'm hosting. Is I'm building that community so that when I have this space, everybody goes, oh yeah, I know what she's doing. She's been talking about it for months.
Yeah, so you're building community. It's tough to build a group of like-minded professionals. Jessica did an amazing job with it at Working Women of Tampa Bay. Chris did an amazing job with it at Tampa Bay Business Owners. I became partners with Chris because I was telling him I wanted to do something similar with the people that were in my space, but the power of a brand is very difficult to build up, and so instead of trying to do my own thing, I joined with Chris and everything, and so it's a lot of work that goes into building a brand, but it can be very lucrative and you become an influential leader of your community. Now you've joined Working Women of Tampa Bay. Tell us a little bit about how the association with the Working Women of Tampa Bay has helped you in this endeavor.
Well, Jessica has been great. She's been very supportive, and she wants to bring more events over to the Brandon area because there's a lot concentrated here in Tampa, but coming over to the other side of the bridge, as you guys call it, is a little bit difficult. So we wanted to make sure that we have events there in Brandon for these women to go to. So tomorrow will be our first, and we're going to do a Working Women Exchange, which is basically a mastermind group for women. So we're going to come together, and you kind of have your own board of directors there where you come with a challenge, and you've got 12 other people that can help you work through that.
Okay, so this is called the Women's Entrepreneur Exchange. I know Jessica mentioned that at the top of the segment. So this is the first of these kind?
In Brandon.
In Brandon.
There's several in Tampa. I think she has one in St. Pete, but this is the first one in Brandon.
Okay, and people register for this online at workingwomenoftampabay.com, or how do they get involved in this?
It's actually sold out for tomorrow.
Oh, wow, congratulations.
Yep, and so we're going to do it every month. It'll be the fourth Thursday of every month, 11 to 1. And
this is a mastermind then to bring other professional women together to share, collaborate, and learn from one another.
That's right.
Very interesting. Okay, and so this is going to be once a month, and you'll probably grow this from here.
Right, we're going to grow it.
And so you're looking to build this community of like-minded female professionals, or with your co-working space, you're not limiting to just women.
Correct.
It's just going to be any entrepreneur, correct?
Right. This is just in conjunction with partnering with Working Women.
Now, you're also a mother of two. How do you talk to me about work-life balance? I know when I talk to professional women, you're raising the children, a very challenging part of, their daily routine.
Yeah.
How do you bring
actually.
How do you bring work-life balance to your day?
I actually heard recently a woman was talking about how work-life balance is kind of a joke. It's more focused unbalance. So when you're really focused on one thing, you're completely focused on that. You're able to give your full attention to that one situation. And then when you move on to another situation, you're able to more focus on that. So when I'm with my girls, I'm with my girls. And I'm focused on them. We are working on what they need to work on. And then I make sure they know, okay, listen, I gotta do me. And so we have that understanding. I've had that conversation with them. They're teenagers now, so they don't really get it because they're teenagers, but we're working on it. Right.
Do you have them working for you yet? I know my dad put me to work when I was 16.
You know what? My oldest is extremely bright, so she edits all the things that before I put it on anything. And my little one's very creative. I say little, she's 13. But she's very creative, and she actually came to look at a space with me recently and got super excited and was telling me where stuff should go and what I should do, and was looking stuff up on Pinterest to sort of help me.
They kind of guide you through social media too, the younger generation.
Oh yeah. I don't do anything with my phone. I just give it to them. Listen, you figure this out and let me know how I work it.
They're your social media mantras.
Absolutely.
There you go. So they're doing good for you. Yep. Let me take a break here. Currently talking to Shannon Carlton, owner and president of Intentional Growth Strategies. Learn more, igscommunity.com. You're listening to the Working Women Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Attention medical professionals. Have you heard that Tampa Bay will become the first certified wellness district in the country? Thanks to Jeff Fennick's revitalization of Channelside, the Dr. Whisperer wants to streamline your efforts in preparation. So when you're ready to ignite your practice, use the Dr. Whisperer's public relations expertise to spread the word. Use the Dr. Whisperer to motivate your staff. And use the Dr. Whisperer to recruit and secure leaders within your practice. Call the Dr. Whisperer today at 727-420-2481 or visit thedrwhisperer.com, where they write your prescription for success.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you. Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us,
It's personal.
At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Good morning, crash on northbound I-75 approaching Dr. King. It's off to the left-hand side, but still causing some big delays. In fact, traffic stretching now back to the US 301, westbound I-4, slow approaching 275, and a crash on southbound Florida approaching Bush Boulevard. Southbound Veterans Expressway slow between south of Gun Highway and the Courtney Campbell Causeway. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by SOS Children's Villages. War, poverty, and disaster have left millions of children around the world orphaned, abandoned, alone. When their parents can't be there, SOS Children's Villages is there in 134 countries, including the U.S. To make a difference in a child's life, go to sosusa.org.
Today, partly cloudy with increasing humidity with a high 92. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, a 30% rain chance, high 92.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. The Working Women Wednesdays feature too, so learn more about them over at WorkingWomenOfTampaBay.com, and also about their upcoming conference being held at the Strata Center September 8th and 9th. Tickets available over at WorkingWomenConference.com. And as always, you learn more about this program over at TampaBayRadio.com. And we're always looking for content. So if you have a business leader or an entrepreneur, if you are one who are that would like to come onto the program, or if you'd like to introduce me to somebody I was trying to say, please get in touch with me. Send me an email, jamie@TampaBayRadio.com, or use my contact form. Give me a quick media pitch of why you or the person should come onto the program, and we'll see about getting them lined up for an interview. Again, it's free to come in here as a guest one time, so please don't let that stop you from contacting me. I'm not going to ask you for any money to come in here. It's part of what I do to give back to the community. I love doing radio, and I love doing a positive show each and every morning and giving a break to all the news, politics, and sports talk that's just dominating the airways just a little too much. I wanted to do something different for the community. Currently talking to Shannon Carlton, owner and president of Intentional Growth Strategies. Learn more about her at igscommunity.com. And Shannon, you were recently training for the Gasparilla race, and you found that this is just a great analogy to what business ownership is all about. Explain this, please.
Okay, so I endeavored to run the 15K in February with my brother, and I was sort of inspired to do this because he runs with Team Freedom to raise money for Hope for Justice to end the sex trade trafficking, right?
It's a big problem in this area. I've had this discussion with guests in the past before, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I decided to run with him, and the furthest I've ever run is a 5K. So, of course, I need a challenge, right? Because I'm started my own business.
I'm still struggling with the quarter mile myself. So I did a mile one time on a treadmill in under 10 minutes, and I about died. And that was like 7 or 8 years ago. And then, so 5K, that's incredible to me. But go ahead.
So anyway, I decided to do the 15K because I need a challenge. I need something else to add to my life. And so I'm training. And when you think about this and you think about your entrepreneurial spirit, you know, when I'm training, I had to do it myself. You can't run them. Well, we can, but I run the miles and my training miles alone. And it's time to think. It's time to just make sure that you're meeting your goals, that you're stretching yourself, because you have to add a mile every single week. So you start out 3 miles. Next week you got to do 4. Next week you got to do 5. So you're challenging yourself.
How are you adding a mile every single week? I've been trying to add a mile for my entire life.
What are you talking about? I'm trying to add steps on the escalator.
Thank God for escalators and elevators around here. Yes, go ahead.
So you know, you get there. There's 6,500 people running with you, but they're all on their individual journey. And Scott, my brother, told me he's going to run with me. And I said, don't, because I'm slow and you're fast. And it's going to pressure me and I don't want to be pressured. He goes, no, I'm going to run with you. So we ran the whole thing together, and I had to do some walking and got kind of, when you run that far, it gets kind of traumatic.
Oh, yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah. So your feet start hurting and your legs start hurting and everything just starts giving out. But Scott's running beside me. He's like, come on, we got this. We've only got a mile left to go. You've run 8 miles. We can do this. And so how important is that when we're entrepreneurs to have that person that's there going, come on, we can do this. There's not much further to the finish line. Let's go. And then you get to the finish line and you get up close and there's all these people there and they're cheering you on. So no matter how crappy you feel, right? It doesn't matter because you're going to go and it's going to be, and it's completely awesome because all these people are now cheering you on, and Scott's running beside me and he's like, we've got this. Let's go. We're going to cross the finish line together. And it was just amazing to have him running beside me. And then I thought about how amazing it is to have other people as entrepreneurs, have other people running alongside of us who are doing their own thing, but they're cheering us on and making sure that we understand we can do this.
Yeah, an excellent analogy. And you get, the idea of building community. You understand the importance of that. And that's what you're doing through your co-working space, bringing entrepreneurs together. You say the millennials get it. Us Generation Xers and Yers and all the older generations don't quite get this. And you have 2 daughters that are, younger in the millennial age. Right. What do you see from them that you don't see from the older people in terms of just coming together and helping people?
Well, they kind of have this idea that they have to do it together, that it's not something that they want to do on their own. Whereas I think Generation X, that would be my generation, is, no, I got this. I got to do it on my own. And we kind of want to give this voice to the fact that we've done this, we're self-made or whatever. But I think millennials get that, no, I need people to be with me and I want to collaborate and I want other ideas because it makes them better. So I think we're getting there, but we're taking a lesson from the millennials, which is kind of cool.
Now, you have upcoming events. You mentioned the one tomorrow, the Women's Entrepreneur Exchange. That's going to be monthly. You have a Grow series here?
Yes.
What's the Grow series?
So I'm starting that in September, and it's actually going to be almost like a pregnancy. So it's like a 9-month class where we'll have different opportunities, different learning experiences for entrepreneurs coming in. So we'll start with time management because that seems to be a huge issue for entrepreneurs. And I know Kim and I were talking about that in the lobby about time management and what that looks like. So we'll start with that, and then we'll do social media. We'll have classes on investing, just things that entrepreneurs want to know about. And again, bringing that community together to learn about these things.
Very good information. How can the community best support you and stay in touch with your endeavors and build this community of like-minded entrepreneurs that you're forming?
So if they go onto my website, igscommunity.com, or actually shannoncarlton.com, they can sign up for the newsletter. So they will be able to know what events are coming up and when the space is actually built so they can come in and be members of that.
All right, good information. Shannon Carlton, owner and president of Intentional Growth Strategies. Thank you so much for being in studio.
Thank you so much.
And again, learn more about her, igscommunity.com. She's building a co-working space of fellow entrepreneurs out there. So a great community leader here in the Tampa Bay region. It's another reason why I love to do this show each and every morning, meeting inspirational people. And also, this has been the Working Women Wednesdays feature. And also, thank you to Jessica for helping out in the program each and every Wednesday. Learn more about her over at workingwomen@tampabay.com and sign up for one of their many events, including the one tomorrow with Shannon at the, well, of course, that one's sold out, so you can't sign up for that one, but they got those each and every month. So just, again, great events going on each and every month through the Working Women of Tampa Bay. Also, thank you to Kim Nauman, owner of the Empress Tea Room, who was on in the 8 o'clock segment. Learn more about her at divinemenusevents.com. And again, learn more about this program over at tampabayradio.com. Hope everybody has a great day. Be sure to check in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., or 7 a.m., I should say, to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.